થઈ જશે. હમણાં somebody told me Vijaybai is not around. He's yet not Mahatma. He's just a mumukshu, but very deeply interested from Calgary. તો હમણાં આના પપ્પા ઋતુના મને કહેતા હતા, આઈ એમ જસ્ટ વન્ડરિંગ કે આ સત્સંગમાં તમારા બધા જોડે રહેવાથી ખબર નહીં આ સ્પીચ આટલી બધી ફેરફાર કેવી રીતે થઈ ગઈ. He was making his observation. મેં કહું અંદર આનંદ છે. Inside the things have changed. That's why the speech is outside changed. When you are clear and happy within, your speech outside will naturally reflect that. But if you are confused and confronted and cloudy within, whether you want it or don't want it, the speech will come like that. So speech is sum total of whatever is going on within. So it affects the speech a lot. And Shadwat તો એવી રીતે જ આવે. Shadwat is a higher state of being. But Shadwatની એક definition એવી છે કે all the four components of our અંતસ્કરણ, મન, બુદ્ધિ, ચિત્ત, અહંકાર, એ એક અવાજે સ્વીકારે, અંદર વિરોધ હોય નહીં. જ્યારે શાદવાદ હોય ત્યારે પહેલું અંદર આપણને ઠંડક થાય, નાઉ ધીસ સીમ્સ ટુ બી કરેક્ટ નાઉ, પછી બહાર આવે અને બીજાને હર્ટ ના કરે. એટલે ઓફકોર્સ વાય ઓનલી સ્પીચ, યોર ઓવરઓલ સ્ટેટ ઓફ બિંગ, યોર પ્રેઝન્સ, તમે જ્યાં જઈને ઊભા રહેશો તો પેલાને આનંદ થઈ જશે. પેલો નોન કોઓપરેટિવ હશે તો એ કોઓપરેટિવ થઈ જશે. Ultimately, it is your inner vibrations, your inner state of being, your inner vision, which gets reflected onto him. And પેલાને તો ખબર જ નથી, તો રિસ્પોન્સિવ એનું રિએક્શનરી બિહેવિયર છે. શું છે એટલે તમારું જેટલું સુંદર હોય ને, જ્ઞાની પુરુષ કેમ ગમે ત્યાં જાય છે, whether people are knowing him, not knowing him, but still they are different to him. We have seen so many times on a railway platform, the unknown people, they come and do Jai Satchidanand to Dadaji. What makes them do that? It's our state of being which is being reflected onto others. And the world is like a mirror. Everybody is not having attachment and aversion. Most of the world is like a mirror. They may not realize it or understand clearly, but they do feel something at their heart, and that gets reflected back. So world is our mirror. Yeah, please.
So, this opinion that when you have, we're saying we should not have an opinion. When you come to somebody and that person comes to you, you should not have an automatic opinion. But when the Prakriti is strong, and historically, every time you come close, you know you're going to be pummeled. You know it's going to shake you, So
yep.
Then, when it happens historically like that, then how do you not, even during calm times, when things are okay or whatever, then how do you not have that defensive mode that, it could come any time?
Yep.
It could shake you, no matter how much you got where you can see, or how much you know it's your fault, all the things, it's coming. You know it could.
I understood the point. Sorry, your first name भूल गया.
Rina.
Rina. Yeah. So I hope everybody could heard her question. Her question was that we are knowing, we are aware that we should not have opinions and it should not be, but still when some strong Prakriti comes in, our Prakriti becomes on guard that no matter what we try to put awareness, it will shake us. So how should we deal with the situation? That's what she is asking, right? So, okay, fine. So this situation I'll put in when I'm having free time, whatever you say, Samayik or whatever, because this requires a little more focus, right? So Samayik for me is an area to work upon which I have not been able to deal in an optimum way during my day-to-day dealings. So I put or automatically that comes there. So I pray Dadaji, you be with me and you give me the vision to look at this scientifically or with Gnan. So two things happen. One, immediately I will say, I realize that Shailesh and me are separate. So Shailesh is getting a little disturbed or Shailesh is not able to cope up with the situation. Okay, Shailesh, don't worry, I'm with you, Dadaji is with you. And whatever is bothering Shailesh will get cleared from within. What bothers Shailesh is Shailesh's own opinion, Shailesh's own reaction. So that can easily be covered up because the other person is a machine. He is also poor and paradhin. Vyavasthit is going અને એને કરતા જોઉં છું, આમ કરે છે એટલે મને બોધર થાય છે. But no sooner I see કે આમની પ્રકૃતિ છે, The horse will have its prakriti, bull will have its own prakriti, some violent animal will have its own prakriti, cow will have different prakriti. No sooner Shailesh understands that this is just the prakriti in વ્યવસ્થિત, તો પ્રકૃતિ તરીકે જોશું એટલે ઘણું બધું શાંતિ છે. ઓનલી થિંગ ઇઝ મારે શૈલેષને એટલું જ ક્લેરિટી આપવાની છે કે હાઉ ટુ રિસ્પોન્ડ ઓર ગો થ્રુ ધ સિચ્યુએશન, રાઈટ, વેન ધ ડીલિંગ કમ્સ. એટલે શૈલેષને હું કહું કે ઓકે, પ્રકૃતિને પ્રકૃતિ તરીકે જુઓ, તમારા ઓપિનિયન્સમાંથી નીકળી જાઓ અને વ્યવસ્થિતમાં જે આવે છે ખાલી નક્કી રાખો સંભાવથી નિકાલ કરવું છે અને ટ્રાય ટુ ડીલ વોટ એવર બેસ્ટ યુ કેન, રાઈટ. આમથી તેમથી દાદા કહ્યું અથડામણ ટાળજે, અથડાત આમથી નીકળી જજે, આમથી નીકળી જજે, આમથી નીકળી જજે. એટલે દેટ વિલ ગીવ મી ધ વે હાઉ ટુ ડીલ વિથ ધ ફાઇલ એન્ડ ટ્રાય ટુ ડુ સંભાવથી નિકાલ વોટ એવર ઇઝ ઇનએવિટેબલ. એટલે અંદરથી મારું ક્લિયર થતું જાય અને મને સૂઝ પડે કે આમાં સંભાવથી નિકાલ કેવી રીતે નીકળી જવું. સંભાવથી નિકાલ ડઝ નોટ મીન કે એ રાજીને બધું હાથ કરી દે, ના. સંભાવથી નિકાલનું ફર્સ્ટ સ્ટેપ ઇઝ એમનો ક્લેમ મારા પર ના રહે. એ રાજી કે ના રાજી મારા તરફથી નક્કી કરું એટલે એમનો ક્લેમ ના રહે, ને ક્લેમ રહે તો હું પ્રતિક્રમણ કરું. દેટ્સ પાર્ટ 1. પાર્ટ 2, ઓવર અ પીરિયડ ઓફ ટાઈમ મને શક્તિ મળશે. આપણે અહીંયા કોઈક વાયોલન્ટ એનિમલ કૂદાકૂદ કરતું હોય ને આપણે સેફ રૂમમાં હોઈએ તો જોઈ શકીએ કે વી એન્જોય લુકિંગ એટ ધ થિંગ ઓર વી ગેટ ફ્રાઇટન્ડ બિકોઝ વી આર ઇન અવર સેફ ઝોન. એટલે હું શુદ્ધાત્મા છું, મારી અંદર તો સેફ જ છું ને, ફિઝિકલી તો કંઈ હર્ટ થતું નથી કશું. તો પછી હું ગોઠવી કાઢું એટલે મને શુદ્ધાત્મા તરીકે ઉલટાનો એ જોવાની મજા આવે. ઓહો, આ જુઓ બધાની પ્રકૃતિઓ કેવી રીતે ડિસ્ચાર્જ થઈ રહેલી છે. આફ્ટર ઓલ ઇટ ઇઝ અ ડિસ્ચાર્જ, અને એની અંદર શુદ્ધાત્મા તો છે જ. અને પછી ધીમે ધીમે એ બધો ફેઝ ઓવર થઈ જાય એટલે હસતા હસતા કશું મારે જે કરવું હોય તે કરી દઉં. સો ધીસ ઇઝ અ પ્રોસેસ, બટ આઈ હેવ ટુ સીટ વિથ ફાઇલ 1. એટલે અંદરથી જ બધું ક્લિયર થવા માંડશે, અંદરથી શક્તિ પણ મળશે, સમજ પણ મળશે, અને પ્રકૃતિને પ્રકૃતિ તરીકે જોતા શીખવાનું છે. એવરીબડી હેઝ ડિફરન્ટ પ્રકૃતિ. ગુલાબ હોય એની જોડે કાંટો હોય. હવે આપણે ગુલાબને આમ આમ અનઅવેરલી આમ પકડવા જઈએ કાંટો વાગી જાય, પણ આપણે કેવું કાળજીથી ફૂલ લઈને કાંટાથી દૂર રહીએ છીએ. એટલે આવી પ્રકૃતિ તે પાછી હેલ્પિંગ એ બહુ હોય, કામ આગળ પડીને કરી આવે. એટલે નો ધ પ્રકૃતિ, ડીલ એઝ પ્રકૃતિ, પણ ગેટ સ્ટેડી વિધિન ફર્સ્ટ. કંઈ વાંધો નહીં, આવ્યા કર્યા તો શું છે, કંઈ ગભરાવાની જરૂર નથી. રીનાને કે શાંતિથી અને સેકન્ડ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ, ઘણા લોકોએ આ પ્રયોગ કર્યો છે કે આવી ફાઇલ આવતી હોય ને ત્યારે ઘણા લોકો પહેલું જ પ્રેયર મૂકી દે કે દાદા તમે મારી જોડે રહેજો અને આ ફાઇલનો સંભાવથી નિકાલ કરાવજો. અને સામેનામાં પણ દાદા મૂકી દે. ઇટ વર્ક્સ ફોર મેની ઓફ ધ પીપલ. આપણે પહેલાં જ દાદાને હાજર કરી દેવાના કે દાદા ચાલો તમે મારી જોડે, તમે આ ફાઇલનો સંભાવથી નિકાલ કરાવજો અને એમાંય તમે હાજર રહેજો અને લેટ્સ ગો થ્રુ. પણ મેઇનલી શું છે કે રીનાનું એપ્રિહેન્શન છે. કેમ એપ્રિહેન્શન છે? તો કે રીનાની જે ડિઝાઇન છે એ ડિઝાઇનથી પેલી ડિઝાઇન બિલકુલ અલગ છે અને રીનાને બિલકુલ ગમતું નથી. એટલે દાદા ભગવાને એક વસ્તુ કીધું કે વોટ મેક્સ યુ ફિયર, વોટ એવર યુ હેટ, વોટ એવર યુ ડોન્ટ લાઇક, વાય યુ હેટ ધ ટ્રાફિક પોલીસ? બિકોઝ યુ ડોન્ટ લાઇક હિમ. સારું ટિકિટ આપે છે. સો વોટ એવર યુ હેવ ધ હેટ ઓર એવર્શન મેક્સ યુ ફિયર. So remove that aversion and let the things get unfolding. And I think we should be able. And the pratikramana, of course, is the tool. Keep on doing pratikramana as well when you find the time. So things will work best. So I think 2-5 minutes, please.
SaileshAnandji, how do you adjust to insistence on something that you know is going to be deleterious to yourself and the other person? And I guess the second part of that question is that one of the things that comes to my mind is that if you do adjust, and you explain your situation, or you explain the pluses and minuses, and the insistence is still there, then you adjust and you go along with it. But the thing that arises in my mind is that if you do adjust in that situation, then it may be a slippery slope, and next time it will be something even more. Should you abandon that? Is it a wrong opinion that it is a slippery slope? So you're like, should I abandon that thought that it's a slippery slope to begin with, and maybe next time it will be something even grander? Should I abandon that and just deal with that moment and adjust to that situation? like adjust and go along with whatever that person's insisting on and not forecasting the future, is that an opinion that I should abandon, or how should you properly adjust to that situation?
Yeah, it's a little, I think, intricate question, but probably what I understand is, see, adjust everywhere is, I would say, tika gnyan at the more working at the relative level. Now the adjustment routinely is given to us adjust everywhere when for daily matters, because my Prakriti's design is different, opinions and beliefs are different, it's throwing some resistance. There if I tell him adjust everywhere, then it can go along. But when there is a matter of dharma, principled moral behavior, I can't adjust anybody telling me to go for unlawful sensual pleasures or unlawful Lakshmi, which is a principle. Dharma ma vyapar, sorry, vyapar ma dharma hovo જોઈએ, but dharma ma vyapar na chale. So there, adjustment doesn't tell me to leave that, but it tells me how best I can handle the situation, either convince something or something other way. Or I can say that you go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm afraid of doing this thing. I don't condemn anybody. See, I'll give you one simple example. When I started my practice, general practice, I sat at one place. I was totally honest, not giving certificate also to anybody for leave, and I failed because people were not coming to me. They wanted something extra also in India. So I had to sit at some other place. Now, if I fail at that place, I would have to leave Baroda and I would have to leave Dadaji. So Shailesh had now no choice. So people started coming to Shailesh and also started asking for some extra bills. Initially, because of situational pressure, Shailesh did it, always bugging within, always doing pratikraman. But he started telling the people, you come to me for treatment, you can make bills wherever you want. There are 5 doctors in the town, I don't mind it. In 12 months, I could clear all the clutter and people knew okay, he's good at treatment. So I was left out with clear things. And I don't criticize them, I don't comment. You get it done wherever you like it. I don't have any objection. I'm interested in treatment. If you like it, you come to me and I'll treat you and get my lawful money. So it took me 12 to 18 months, but I got out of it. But in this positive way. So slowly I chose my path, which way to go. Right? So that is why Dadaji had given કે તું સંપૂર્ણ નીતિ પાડજે, તેમ પણ ના થાય તો થોડી પણ નીતિ પાડજે, તેમ પણ ના થાય તો અનીતિ ના કરીશ, અને તેમ પણ ના થાય તો નિયમથી અનીતિ કરજે. This of course doesn't suit to the, is not required in US situation, but it's much required in Indian situation.
So Sanji, whatever you said there, in Gujarati, I didn't understand any of that.
You didn't understand? Okay. Okay, I'll try. I shifted it to Gujarati because I thought this is a much intricate thing and I'll be able to express myself much better in Gujarati. But okay, having said that, I'll try to translate the same thing into English. Okay. It had happened with me once when I started with general practice, my general practice in Baroda, because I had within me that I don't want to leave Baroda because Dada Bhagwan was there. Anyway, I want to settle there and there. I had no resources, nobody to help. So first time I failed. Why? Because I was totally 100% brand honest, not giving even a certificate for leave or something. So people didn't come to me. So few months passed away. I again restarted my practice at some other place. Now, if this time I fail, I'll have to leave Baroda and I'll have to leave Dadaji also. So there was a battle going on with him. And it so happened that initial 8 to 12 months, I had to succumb to some pressures of giving extra bills. And they give some percentage to me and they get reimbursement from the company. But it was bugging me. I was doing pratikraman. So simultaneously, I started charting my course. That you come to me for treatment, if you find my treatment good, I'm interested in treatment, this is bothering me, I'm afraid of the things, why not you make the bills with 5 other doctors wherever you like. So in 12 months I was able to clear all the clutter and come clean. And then everybody realized that he is not the man to go for these things. So I became clear like that. So sometimes the situations are like, I know that it is not the situation in US, but in India it was the situation. So that is how Dadaji had given a slogan that you observe 100% integrity or honesty. If you can't do that, at least observe some part of honesty and integrity. If you still can't do it, at least don't be dishonest. And if you can't do that, do dishonesty but within limits or by your own boundaries. But this is not for US situation, this is for Indian situation. Now coming to US situation, my boundary would be, I would not make adjustment for the thing which is unlawful in Dada's Vignan. For example, Anhakna Vishayo and Anhakni Lakshmi and some part of diet. If the other people want to go that way, I can try to persuade, convince and everything. Otherwise, I'll say politely, you are free to do, it's your choice. Please leave me. Allow me to live my way. I'm there with you in all other respects, but I'll be happy if you allow me to live my way in these few things, because it's hurting me, it's bothering me. I'm afraid of the things, you may not be. I'm getting afraid. So the other person will leave us at least in this part. So that way I'll get my way out. But by and large, the adjust everywhere is given for our daily dealings, where because of my opinions, because of my beliefs, because of my personality differences, I'm finding it hard to go along with somebody. There, if I put adjust everywhere, it will be very easy for me to get aligned and to go along harmoniously and in a happy way. Second dimension to the question is, sometimes in daily dealings you feel that by doing so there will be harm. Dada said it is your duty to show light once, or at the most you can say it second time. Then leave it to Vyavasthit, start walking. If we fall in somewhere, that experience will teach us, or teach that fellow also. But we have been clear because we have not been insistent, or we have not got hold of our I-ness. Dadaji said that we remain like Putla. It is his or her responsibility who makes us do the things, but keeping certain limits, of course. As long as those limits are preserved, in rest all other things, I'll adjust. Right? That's what in other way I gave the same example. I could not adjust as far as being celibate or Aptaputra was to be concerned with my parents. In all rest other things, I am openly adjustable. I left it to them. Right? So this is the way of working out the things. Differently in your situation you can work out. Jai Satchidanand, it is 11:20. Time for changeover, I think. Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand. So hope we remain in touch somewhere, some way, and the technology is at our help. So I wish if we can make it more and more use, and at your convenience, we can remain connected through Google Hangout or Skype or whatever. Unfortunately, whatever efforts are being done, I find very few people really come online. I can understand the situational differences, but if you can find out this is our convenient time, Aptaputras would, I think, always be adjustable and accessible. Okay. And it is not Aptaputra who is really helping you. It is the connectivity and Dada helping us all, if it is understood. That just gives us the circumstance where we get connected to our Shuddhatma, Dada and universe, and that helps us. And Dada Bhagwan, Kanu Dadaji has also been emphasizing a lot કે સત્સંગ વિના જ્ઞાનીને પણ આ કાળમાં ચાલે તેવું નથી. That's a very, very big statement. Dada Bhagwan also said the same thing. કે અમે પણ સત્સંગ વગર, we also don't live without satsang. Even if the body is sick, body is weak, then also satsang is our food, because that only can keep us in ourself, and it only can keep us free of all the detrimental influences. Jai Satchidanand.